Hey guys, oh my goodness, my cat wants to get involved. I put the cat down. Alright, I saw this video on YouTube and about had a heart attack because I used to make this back in the day when my babies were little at Thanksgiving. But back then I would buy the big cinnamon grands, and let me show you. I can't afford that anymore. So I buy these from the cheap little grocery store here where I live. And it's just the off-brand Bakehouse cinnamon rolls. They are by far not the grands. They are very skinny, very thin. But I put it in this little casserole dish instead of the pie plate I used to use back in the day. And back in the day I used just regular old pie filling, but right now, hey, I'm poor. Everybody knows it. And I just happened to, I bought this from the grocery store and had it delivered because everybody knows I can't drive and I don't have anybody to help anymore, so I have to get groceries delivered. And I have to buy the cheapest so that I can afford the delivery. Anyways, so I just happened to have another can of fried apples with cinnamon. So I rolled out these cheapy cinnamons, and then I took the last 1.5 and tore it apart to make the tops get a little bit higher for this dish because they are much thinner than the cinnamon grands. And I got my 2 cans of apples here. Alright, let me bust out my, where is it? Should have had this stuff ready. Alright, get my scraper out here and get all them good sauces and juice and all that good stuff out of there. But I couldn't believe when I saw this on YouTube. I was like, wait a minute, I used to do that. And I thought, see, my mom always gave me crap about making things poor. So I always told her, well, this is my poor man's apple pie. Because I used to make the 9-inch pies and all that. And my baking days were mostly Christmas and Thanksgiving. But anyways, so she used to give me crap about it. And I just started calling this my po man's apple pie. This I'm a little worried about. I can't remember if I drained it or not. So I'm going to drain half of it. But that's all I'm going to drain because I'm going to follow this different recipe of adding a cake mix. Because I didn't add a cake mix. I used to dump it all in and then take another roll of the cinnamon biscuits, cinnamon rolls, and I would just do the crisscross across the top like you would a pie. Come on. I got an apple. Oh, it's not apple, it's a dent. My eyes are bad. Anyway, so I would take another roll of the cinnamon biscuits and I would do the zigzag crisscross around the top. But I'm going to follow this YouTube recipe just to check it out. And I'm stirring this up because these are not both apple pie filling. Like I said, one is apple pie filling and one is fried apples with cinnamon. I am a cinnamon and peach fanatic. I absolutely can't pass up anything that's peach. And just about everything I cook has some kind of amount of cinnamon in it. So, anyways, she said to use half a mix of cake. Oh, the classic yellow extra moist. And she said to put about half of the package on there. And I'm using a different pan than her, so I'm not sure half is going to be, I think half is going to be too much. This is going to be really, really high, I think. sure if that's half. And y'all saw me wash my hands just now, so. Because my cat has boundary issues. So I keep having to take my cat off the counter. So I keep having to wash my hands. And y'all, it's just me. And I'm sure I eat a lot of cat hair and dog hair because I have both animals in my house. So it is what it is. Just me eating this. I don't have anybody to give my leftovers to or share my desserts with. I just had to throw away a massive pan of spaghetti with my homemade meatballs because I couldn't eat it all and I didn't have anybody to give it to. I tried to give it away to this one person that helps me every once in a while, like bringing up my trash can or taking my trash can out to the road kind of stuff. And he kind of snubbed me. I was pretty hurt. He's like, oh, I don't eat spaghetti. And I knew that was a lie because he talked to me about his wife's spaghetti. Anyway, kind of hurt my feelings. So I ended up throwing away this huge pot of spaghetti because I didn't have room to freeze it and I didn't have anybody to give it to. And y'all, I know I hear a lot of people say, oh, there's got to be somebody in your life. No, there's nobody. There's no family, there's no friends, there's no neighbors, there's no nobody. When I say I don't have anybody to share stuff with, I'm not kidding. Alright. Let me slice up the butter and I'll be right back. Woohoo, okay. There it is. And my slices are not like people in the videos. And my butter looks kind of funny because it was rock hard, almost frozen. I had to kind of thaw it in the microwave. Thaw it in the microwave a little bit. And so I put it in the microwave just for a second. And it thawed really quick, so it's a little yellowed in the middle. But anyhow, so, and then I bought these new slicer thingies from Amazon, which I absolutely loved. And if I would have thought this through, I would have used this before I melted the butter. But anyways, it is what it is. Oh, and for my extra cake mix, y'all gotta get some of these. I swear by these. I have actually got Fritos. I have chili cheese Fritos in my cupboard that have been in there for at least 6 months. And I know that sounds bad, but these are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I use these on marshmallows, chips, nuts, raisins, everything, and I've never had anything go stale. And guys, I'm not a big sweet eater. I go on kicks every once in a while. I just go berserk for sweets, and then I stop for a long time, like a year plus. So I've had marshmallows in my cupboard. I'll show you. I don't have the clip on because I was just munching on them, but I have marshmallows in my cupboard that I've had clipped with these, and they have been in there for the longest time. And look, yummy, yummy, chewy, gooey, yummy, and they have been there since probably the fall of last year, before Halloween. And I use these. I have them in all different sizes. They're super, super cheap. And, I mean, you just use them over and over and over. I swear by them. Man, that is like I just bought it. Unbelievable. Super, super moist, chewy. Alright, anyway, so, in the oven for... Man, it's been a long time. Usually this stuff like 350, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I'll judge it by time, but I'll look at it and judge it. Alright, we'll see how this turned out. Now remember, I used 1 can of pie filling and 1 can of fried cinnamon apples. And I used cinnamon biscuit rolls and half a mix of the yellow cake mix. Alright, we'll see how it looks in about 35-40 minutes. I'll be back. Alright guys, it's time to get it out of the oven. Ooh, it's hot. Oh. Woo. Yeah, see, I don't know nothing about these dump cakes, but it's powdery on the top. Why is that? Apparently I didn't put enough butter. They said 3/4 of a stick, and I used more than 3/4 of a stick. I'm gonna take some of this sauce. Alright. Yeah, see how does that, look at that powder. What the heck? Yep. I might just ditch this video. Alright guys, you know what? Hang on, let me turn the lights up. Damn cat, stop turning on the vacuum. Damn it. Damn cat. Alright, I took this out of the oven. And I don't know about you guys, but I keep having these problems with powdered areas, like here and all through here was all still powdery. So, and I love me some butter, so I don't care. So I'm taking some extra butter and I'm gonna dump it around in those powdery areas, because I'm telling y'all, you go ahead and make them and tell me if you don't ever get powdered chunks. And this wasn't just an area. I dug down into this right here and it was powder like 1 inch down, and that's just baloney. Alright, I got too much butter in there. So I'll put that butter in there and I'm going to throw it in for an extra 10 minutes, because as you can see it's very light, not even golden yet. And I'm going to see what happens. And we'll be back. Alright guys, enough is enough. I put it in for another 20 minutes. Now, that's how it should look. Ooh, almost got myself. But daggone it. Gotta be careful I don't burn my countertops. Alright, there it is. Yep, it started to bubble. Look at it, it's bubbling. It's bubbling. Alright guys, it is very late. It is 2:15 a.m. I'm gonna, as you see, it's bubbling. I'm sure you can see that. Anyways, I'm gonna let that cool down, and I'm not gonna break into that until tomorrow. So I will see you guys in the morning. Okay guys, it is golden on the top, and I couldn't help myself. Last night I had to dig into it, and it's just me eating out of this. So don't y'all go saying I'm all gross for eating out of the pan. because there's absolutely nobody else to eat this, so this is going to be all me. Anyhow, I can tell you, it is amazing. And with those fried apples and 1 can of pie filling, oh, it gave it a completely different taste. It tastes like cinnamon toast crunch with apple pie, but it doesn't have the crunchiness because I didn't have any pecans. And actually, I forgot to even look if I had pecans, but it doesn't have the crunch. So, but I mean, it tastes like cinnamon toast crunch and apple pie. No, you know what it is? It tastes like caramel apple and apple pie. You know that salty, caramely goodness you get with a caramel apple? That's what it tastes like with those fried apples. And it is so good. Mm-hmm. This tastes so good, it makes me feel dirty. I'm telling you, this is amazing. And the crust is a little bit, on the bottom, it's a little bit hard because I didn't have the cinnamon grands. I just used these cheapy little ones I showed you at the beginning of the video. Cheapy little ones from Aldi's grocery store. And they're pretty thin. And I was going to do 2 layers and completely forgot that I had planned on doing 2 layers to make them thicker. But I think if I would have done another layer on the bottom, it would have raised it up so high I wouldn't have been able to keep it in this bowl. And I did burn around the outside, but that's normal with the apple pie filling because it runs over and always burns on the top of the pie plate. At least it does with me. But I'm telling you, even with the cheaper, thinner cinnamon rolls on the bottom, it still came out absolutely amazing. And I didn't add any extra cinnamon, any sugar, nothing like that. I did put, I think, a tad bit too much cake mix in it, because that's why it's so dark. It just wouldn't cook every time. I mean, after 40 minutes I took it out and that cake mix was still all powder on the top. It's either I used too much or I didn't use enough butter. Because I didn't realize after I was all done, got out of the oven at 3:30 in the morning, I had to get to bed. But then it dawned on me, I barely even used a half a stick of butter. So I think that was probably my mistake with the cake mix. I didn't have enough butter on the top. But I ended up, like some places, there was a little puddle of butter, so I'd move it over to where the cake mix was still powdery. And but I never did add more butter. I was tired. It was like 3:30, 3:45 in the morning. And this had been in the oven over an hour because I couldn't get that cake mix to cook. So, 1, it was too full. 2, I didn't have enough butter in it. And 3, I used too much cake mix. But 4, it tastes phenomenal. Doesn't matter what I did wrong. It's amazing. I haven't had my dinner yet. But I've always been terrible about having dessert before dinner. And I'm keeping it covered because of my cat. Because, actually, I'm going to put it back in the microwave. I always store my cakes and stuff in the microwave because of my cat. But I was using the microwave earlier, so I had to take it out. But that's it, guys. That's my take on the recipe. Like I said, the only reason I did things different is because I didn't have the thick baby grands. Cinnamon grands. And I didn't have 2 cans of pie filling. And I don't have the money to buy it. As I'm sure all you know, I'm poor. I'm broke. I'm broke hard. I mean, we had severe rain and high winds yesterday. And I spent the entire waking minute yesterday scared to death my chimney was going to blow down or the rain was going to flood hard through the basement, or through my house to the basement and hit that light switch. No matter who I complain to, who I cry to, who I beg for help, I can't get help. And every single time it rains, it runs through the center of my house, and then I guess it goes under the floorboards or whatever and moves to the side of the basement, the floor upstairs, and runs down the basement wall about this far from a live power light switch. So every time it rains, I'm terrified I'm going to lose my house. And every time the wind blows, I'm terrified I'm going to lose my chimney. Because that chimney is like since the birth of the house, which is over 100 years ago, I believe. And, or about 100 years ago, something like that. Come on, dude. And my chimney has already had a few blocks about midway down fall out. And boy, when they fall and they hit the concrete to my driveway, it sounds like gunshot. It goes pow, and it's so freaking loud. My neighbor and I always jump right up by our chair, just like, who shot? What's going on? But this mission, all these insane variety videos I'm putting out, are so I can try to get enough views and get monetized by YouTube so that I can make the money to either repair or replace my roof and my chimney and get property insurance, because the whole reason I can't get anything done is because I don't have property insurance. I wasn't insured for anything, and this tree, I don't even think they would have insured for that anyway, because this tree, I'm not even kidding, this tree has ruined my roof, and this tree is no bigger than this big around. I watched it grow from a twig, I mean like 12 inches tall, and I was cutting it down every spring, and then losing my legs, and I never got around to the backyard again. And when I did, I wasn't even paying attention that this tree was 50 feet tall within a couple years. It was insane. And by the time I got a chainsaw and tried to find help, that tree was out of control. Then there's no doing anything now. I can't get anybody to help me, and there's one person I pay to do little things every once in a while, like take my trash to the road because I couldn't. And he charges me $5 to $10 just to take my trash can to the curb, guys. It's like 50 feet. It's insane. So the other day I had to take my trash can out by myself, and this thing weighed 3 times as much as I did. And it was insane. It took me almost 20 minutes to drag that trash can down my driveway because I had to drag it flat on its bottom because I was terrified if I tipped it, I was going to either go inside of it, because yes, that's happened before. Pushing my trash can down the driveway, and it flipped from underneath me and fell down, and I fell in. And I had to lay there and turn myself around inside this garbage can, which was disgusting, in the middle of summer, in a tank top, down by the very, very busy road, and not one person yelled, "Are you okay?" Not one person stopped to help. And everybody knows about my legs because I wear shorts in the summer, and you can see both of my prosthetics. Anyways, life is tough. Life is really, really tough. And now Mike is gone, life is really bad. Anyways, so please like and subscribe. Every one of you are helping me to try and reach my goal. Try to get these repairs done. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to set up a GoFundMe. I don't know anything about doing it, and I don't know why anybody would donate. Nobody knows me or anything about me, but anyways, alright, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe. Every one of you are so important. Thank you. Bye.